Hey, what's good, y'all? Kamara is here back with another video, and today we're going to talk about a really interesting topic, alright? And that's cryptocurrency, the joke behind cryptocurrency, because I really think cryptocurrency is just, it's like, it's such a joke. I don't get why it's still a thing, but I've came prepared. So without further ado, let's just get into it. And before that, we're coming off from a bad week in the options market. I lost a lot of money last week. I lost around $200, but we are slowly regaining that. I have learned from my mistakes of opening up too many positions on too many different equities or stocks or whatever you want to call it. So this week it is only on 2 stocks, and I ain't gonna mention which one. We'll get to that at the weekly recap. But I have two positions each on each of the 2 stocks. So I've limited my liability, but that does, and I'm on track to make back all the money by next week. Even maybe back up to profit levels next week. But yeah, so I'm just throwing that out there because if anyone actually watches my videos, I'm pretty sure you'd be the least bit curious to see what I've changed since last week, considering the events that unraveled. But without further ado, let's get back to the video. So the video, cryptocurrency, right? It's hailed as the future of finance. It's gotten a lot of attention. I don't need to mention this to you at all. Investment, trading, whatever it is. It champions the concept of a decentralized token, and it has the potential for disrupting financial systems. We've seen that in the COVID era, the crypto boom and the crypto bust. But as much as there are arguments for cryptocurrency, for its future, there are just as many against it, which is why I can't bring myself to traditionally trade crypto. And I'm gonna be honest, because I'm a really honest guy. I did trade crypto back when I was first starting out, because when I was looking up like day trading stuff, they mentioned like, okay, look for stuff with a lot of volatility. That's how you make money. And what naturally had a lot of volatility? Bitcoin. So what did my dumbass do? I took my $2 in my dad's Robinhood account, because he did give it to me, and literally like I I didn't know anything about it, so I was just trying it out. So my dumbass took my $2 in my Robinhood account and I went to Bitcoin. And at the time, I thought I found a moving average strategy that showed me when to buy and when to sell like a complete idiot. And so I tried to use a strategy. So I would wait on like the 1 minute chart, because that's when price moves the fastest. I couldn't even give you a good reason for this, bro. It's only because I was in the feeling of like a new day trader. You feel good when you make a lot of trades, whether it like loses or wins. And what allows you to make a lot of trades is faster timing. And what allows faster timing? The 1 minute chart. So here I was sitting in front of my laptop with my phone out and ready to go on Bitcoin. And sure enough, it didn't work out. I lost around 4 or 5 cents because, first of all, it was only $1. And literally every time after I bought it, I didn't realize it at the time, but the commission-free trading thing on Robinhood, it by default it puts you at a negative position because the difference between the bid-ask spread, that's how they make their money, which is it just has to be a thing because it's commission-free trading. But I'd see that and then it would just grow, and then I'd sell it for a loss, and it was just so messy. It messed up my account so much, bro. I couldn't even it was such a mess. And then afterwards I was like, okay, you know what, maybe I need to go back to paper trading. So I opened up paper trading on TradingView. I went with I think they give you $100,000 account, and I Yeah, I'll look at like a screen print of all the Bitcoin trades I took. I did the same strategy, nothing different, just paper money to enter larger positions, and some of them were good. I'm not gonna lie, I made $40 on one trade, and then but overall I lost like $70. So we're not even gonna speak about it. So yes, your boy does have experience, and it's not good experience, so expect bias. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but onto the more structured parts of this video. Like there's just a couple of reasons why it's questionable and it's a volatile investment, and I think people know that when they go into trading it, but they don't necessarily acknowledge it, which is why they're prone to scams and just they don't lack practical utility, man. Like, first of all, it doesn't have any intrinsic value. Like fiat currencies like the US dollar, the euro, they're backed by the governments that issue them, and they're accepted everywhere. Forex, you just see the Forex market, it doesn't matter. But crypto, it's a purely digital asset that just derives its speculation. That derives its value from speculation and market sentiment. It's like me buying a car with options. It's not a thing. Like, it's worth whatever the next person is willing to pay for it, and it's just not good, bro. Like, that's what makes them very volatile. That's why you see all the price swings. You see it topped out at like 66k, and that was all because of market manipulation and the hype behind like Wall Street bets and the retail degenerates. And when this was all going on at the time, I didn't know anything about it, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I saw cryptocurrency, but just the word crypto scared me. I was like, oh, this is too advanced for me. But that's what led a lot of other people who jumped at their opportunity to significant financial loss. And we don't even have to get started on the unsuspecting investors. But that brings me to the second thing. There's no practical utility for crypto, and it's hard to adopt it, whether it's an individual or a business. And I've seen businesses adopt it here and there, but all these businesses tend to be not really established. Because here's the thing, whenever I'm just playing around, right, I go on the internet and I go look for like courses just to see what people be selling when it comes to finance. And of course, damn near all the courses take payments in crypto, but you don't see Apple taking payments in crypto, bro. It's stupid. So, it's just so small. It's like a tiny fraction of the population. And this is after years of existing. Like, it's been a thing. And the only reason it's even popular is because people decided to make it popular to sell their bags. They had other people become their liquidity. And what happened? Exactly as they planned. Here's the second thing, or the third thing. Like, there's no structure, dude. Like, it's literally, there's no nature behind it. Like, there's a structure in a tree, the seed, the stem, the root or whatever. But in crypto, there's nothing like that. And in options, you have the Greeks, and in stocks, you have fundamentals. Not in crypto. And there's no framework for it. And there's no consumer protection, which is why it's just impractical. So I don't know why people willingly go into crypto and then just lose their money. Like, I do not feel bad for you. And the thing behind the framework and consumer protection is the third thing, the fourth thing now, I guess, which is the regulatory and security concerns. Like, you could argue that it provides freedom and autonomy from the government, but at the end of the day, why are you trying to fight an entity that is bigger than you are? Just don't bother. I don't know why you do it. I was thinking about this last night. The amount of people that try to fight something that's bigger than them, it's just pointless. Why would... Okay, for example, as a homophobe, as a homophobic person, I don't even know if that's the right term. I think it is. Why are you trying to fight the LGBTQ organization, bro? And this, like, vice versa. It just don't make sense. And the only reason these people want freedom and autonomy from cryptocurrency is because it allows them for money laundering, tax evasion, and we're not even gonna dive into the rabbit hole of terrorist financing. Like, hey, there's no oversight, and everyone is vulnerable. And here's the thing: even in the traditional trading markets of stocks and options, the regulators do not do anything until something has already happened. So if that's the traditional market with lots of oversights, then imagine something like crypto. Like, just don't bother, man. Like, the high profile exchange hacks and the Ponzi schemes, it's so bad. And we're not even gonna get into the environmental impact of crypto mining. I did it, and my house almost burned down. We went on a 3-day, 2-night trip, like an hour or two away from here, and I left my PC running, mining for Bitcoin, or I can't remember what it was. It was on NiceHash, and at the time I didn't have a 3060. It was either a 10. I think it was a 1070. I think it was a 1070. Not even a Ti. So I had positioned my PC in the middle of my room, with the windows open in the back, and then I had my fan running at like 1 or 2 speed at the front, and I just had it mining, and it was on medium load. I didn't want it to push the full 100 because I knew how bad it gets, because last summer we also had a period where like our AC didn't work, so it was just hot all the time, and I'd walk into my room because I was sleeping in the living room because my room was so hot from just playing games. So at night I'd have it mine, like I don't know why I did that. And then I'd walk into my room in the morning and I was just a sauna. But yeah, back to the little road trip. On our way back, our neighbors called us. They're like, hey, we just went into your house because the alarms are going off, like the fire alarms. And they mentioned how my room was like literally a sauna, bro. And like, yeah, after that day, I never mined for crypto again. My $16 is still somewhere in my NiceHash account. I'm going to withdraw one of these days because I'm finally 18. But let me, like, since that does derive its value from Bitcoin, you know, for me it's free money at the cost of my entire house. But at least now I can hope for crypto's boom, which is contradictory, but I be contradicting myself in every video, so don't come after me. But yeah, back to the mining thing, like the environmental impact. We saw people have like thousands of PS4s, you know, laundering power off the European power grid. It was wild. Carbon emissions and just the long-term sustainability. And I know Ethereum moved to like a proof of work stake something, but yeah, I don't know nothing about that. And there's no stability, dude. It moves every day 24/7. So like, how? Because in a traditional market, you know, the best periods to trade if you're looking for high risk, high reward, it's in the morning, because that's when, like, the morning after a weekend especially, that's when all the queued orders go in, and there's like, you know, it makes sense. But on crypto, it's 24/7. So trying to find a spot, like a time frame within that infinite time frame, it just doesn't go together. And that's about all the reasons I have, really. And I just want to say this one last thing, right? While it may have generated fortunes for some, the losers are inevitably at least 2 or 3 times as many as the winners. Okay? And we've seen the crypto traders on TikTok, and it's just, how do people keep falling for this? That these people are able to churn out more and more bullshit content on their pages. So remember this. Next time you want to trade a security, you can't even call crypto a security. Oh my goodness. But next time you want to trade a security, is there intrinsic value? Is it adopted well? Are there regulatory concerns? And environmental impact, no one gives, at least in the finance world, the shareholders, they could care less about the environmental impact unless the company's getting backlash. And volatility. Look into those 4 or 5 things and decide if what you're doing is a gamble or if what you're doing is actually trading or investing or whatever you're trying to do. Because I know, especially with Gen Z, or I think millennials in general, like about 15 to 20% of their in general portfolios does consist of crypto, compared to boomers. 80% of them were stocks and ETFs and real estate. But yeah, just I say this in every video, just watch where you're stepping and know where you're stepping. Do not step in a quicksand and get sucked in. So yeah, just wanted to talk about it. But you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.